All right, take a look for any of these ones where it's hard to figure out the going backwards because of the repeated decimal. If we have to find 1 cup of milk, or where we know 1 cup of milk, we have to figure out how many cups of chocolate powder. I want to figure out the constant of proportionality. So I'm going to look at this here. So I know it's times something equals 4. So let's do the 4 divided by 3 to get the constant proportionality. And when we do that, you can see we get 1.3 repeating. So you have to know that 0.3 repeating is 1/3, okay? And so our 4 over 3 is 1 and 1/3. So you got to change those. So our K is 1 and 1/3 equals K. So that means times 1 and 1/3 is going to be my constant of proportionality to get from X to Y. So to go backwards, I'm going to have to do the 1 divided by that fraction to get X, okay? And so we don't divide by fractions, we multiply by the reciprocal. And so for this, we'll have to make an improper fraction, which would be 4/3. And so I'm going to do 1 times 3 over 4 for that 4/3. Get rid of that giant line that it just made. Okay. Instead of 1 divided by 4/3. And so 1 times 3/4 is itself. So we have 3/4 cups of chocolate powder times 1 and 1/3 equals 1 cup of milk. Okay. And so how many cups of chocolate powder? 3/4 cups. It's really not writing nicely, is it? Enter the constant proportionality. We know it's 1 and 1/3. And then enter the equation. Remember that equation is y equals k times x. Y is cups of milk. So I'll do milk equals k is 1 and 1/3. And then x is cups of chocolate powder. So let's just say powder. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. It's very similar to like these ones. You can see I had to do 6 divided by 4 to get this 1.5. And then I can start working out the other information. Same thing here. You're going to do the same kind of process. We're trying to figure out the 1 over here. I have to figure out my constant proportionality. So I'm going to do the 7 and 1/4 divided by the 13/16, or maybe instead I want to do the 17.5 divided by this, whatever you want to do. But I would either figure it out as a decimal, unless it's a repeating decimal. If not, then just do the fraction work like you normally would, and it will be a little bit difficult because you have to change things to improper fractions and whatnot, but that is your process for all of them. And then down here, you have a little bit easier stuff. You're just figuring out your constant of proportionality. So I'm going to start by looking at the 1. And so this is ordered pair 1, 4. So I know that the constant of proportionality is times 4, or just 4. My equation of the line, we follow this y equals k times x. And so I'm going to do y equals k is 4x. And so this is the actual equation for this line. Okay. And then you just fill in the ordered pairs, answer the questions, and things like that. So same idea down here. Just pay really close attention. Like this says every 30 minutes, but this is in hours. And so you have to sort of think about that minutes and how it relates to the hours when you're answering that question. Okay, so hopefully that helps a little bit. Let me know.